Hello, ako si Ram at welcome sa panibagong video ng Matuklasan. Kung halimbawang gusto natin obserbahan yung trend ng graph ng f of x equals 1 over x squared, mas maganda na ipakita natin siya using a table of values. So mapapansin nyo dito na ang mga ginamit kong values ay nag-start sa 1 hanggang 0.01. At itong mga values na to ay palapit sa 0. So x here approaches the value of 0. Ngayon naman, kung halimbawang i-evaluate ko yung f of 1, yung f of 0.8, hanggang dito sa f of 0.001, ang makukuha nating mga values ay increasing. So, ibig sabihin, ang trend dito as x approaches the value of 0 here is increasing. Paano naman kapag yung mga values ay nasa left side ng 0? Sa number line. So, dito sa number line, kung ito ay 0, yung mga nasa left side niya na values ay yung mga negative na numbers. At kung mapapansin nyo ulit dito, yung x dito approaches 0 din. So, yung mga values dito, palapit sa 0. At dahil squared yung formula natin dito, pag in-evaluate natin dito yung f of negative 1, positive 1 pa din ang sagot. Ayan, at kung mapapansin nyo, same yung trend, increasing. Kaya naman pag pinakita natin yung graph natin, dito sa right side na figure, mapapansin ninyo na yung x ay palapit sa 0. At habang lumalapit siya sa 0, yung y or yung height ng function natin ay increasing without bound. Ganon din kung ang mga values ay nanggagaling sa left side or right side rather ng 0. So increasing din ang ating trend. Sa calculus, pwede nating hanapin yung left hand tsaka right hand limit ng mga function, hindi ba? So, kung ang limit ng f of x as x approaches 0 from the left, ano ang value? Sabi ko nga kanina, habang ang mga values ng x ay approaching 0 from the left, the y is increasing without bound. At sa calculus, dinidefine natin ito or dinidescribe natin ito using positive infinity. Kung titignan naman natin yung limit ng f of x ngayon as x approaches 0 from right, so ang mga values ay nanggagaling sa right side ng 0. At habang palapit sa 0, ganun din ang nagiging trend, increasing din. So ibig sabihin, positive infinity to. At dun sa previous video natin, na-explain natin yung theorem na kapag nag-equal yung left-hand limit at saka yung right-hand limit, therefore, ang limit ng f of x natin dito as x approaches 0 from both sides is positive infinity. Kaya naman ngayon, kung meron tayong function na f defined on some open interval containing a number a, except possibly a itself, then f increases without bound as x approaches a can be written as the limit of f of x as x approaches a is positive infinity. At kung ang ating value or yung value ng f naman decreases without bound as x approaches a, then we write it as limit of f of x as x approaches a equals negative infinity. Okay, this time baguhin natin yung function natin at gawin natin negative yung dito. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, pagkatapos nating square o maging positive yung f of x natin, nagiging negative siya dito. So, here, same, x here approaches the value of 0. While here, the trend change. Kung mapapansin nyo, paliit yung values or yung trend natin ngayon ay decreasing. Ganon din dito, as x approaches the value of 0 here from left, mapapansin nyo na decreasing din yung ating trend. Kaya naman sa graph, ito ang magiging itsura niya. So, kung kukunin natin for example yung limit ng function na to as x approaches 0 from left, ito yon. So, habang ang mga values ay palapit sa 0, yung function natin ay decreasing without bound, and that is negative infinity. Kung kukunin naman natin yung limit ng f of x dito as x approaches 0 from the right side, ganun din ang trend. The f of x decreases without bound, which is negative infinity. Therefore, the limit now of this function, negative 1 over x squared, as x approaches 0 is equal to negative infinity dahil equal itong dalawang to. Kung i-graph naman natin yung f of x equals 1 over x cubed, ito yung magiging posibleng itsura niya. At kung mapapansin ninyo, pwede nating ma-identify yung limit ng function dito as x approaches 0. So, the limit of 1 over x cubed as x approaches 0 here from the left side is what? Pansinin natin na habang lumalapit yung mga values ng x sa 0, ang height ng function ay decreasing. And it's without bound. So, this is negative infinity. Kung kukunin naman natin yung limit ng function, if x approaches 0 from the right side naman, mapapansin ninyo na yung trend ng graph naman natin ay increasing without bound. So, therefore, positive infinity tayo dito. Ngayon, the limit of 1 over x cubed as x approaches 0 from left is not equal to the limit of 1 over x cubed as x approaches 0 from right. So, therefore, the limit now of 1 over x cubed here as x approaches 0 does not exist. Bakit? Kasi nga, hindi nag-equal yung ating left hand at saka right hand limit. Dahil sa mga previous examples natin, ipapakita ko ngayon yung mga first few theorems natin on infinite limits. Sinasabi dito that if r is any positive integer, then the limit of 1 over xr or x raised to r as x approaches 0 from right is always equal to positive infinity. Anong ibig sabihin yan? So kung halimbawa meron akong the limit of 1 over x raised to 11, and then x here approaches 0 from the right side, the answer is always positive infinity. Bakit? Kasi coming from right tayo. So, it doesn't matter basta positive itong exponent natin dito. Pero paano naman kapag kinukuha natin yung limit, let's say, ng 5 over x raised to 7 as x approaches 0 from right? Kung mapapansin niyo pag i-apply natin yung mga limit properties, it doesn't matter kung hindi 1 ito. Basta constant ito, say 5, or positive constant, to be specific, then it's also positive infinity. Diba? Dito naman sa second na theorem natin, the limit of 1 over x cubed as x approaches negative or from left, approaches 0 from left, positive infinity ang sagot if r is even. Negative naman if r is odd. So, dun sa previous example natin kanina, the limit of 1 over x cubed as x approaches 0 from left, dahil from left ito, kailangan natin i-check yung exponent natin if it's odd or even. As we know, 3 is an odd number. So, therefore, the limit here is negative infinity. So, kung halimbawa meron tayong limit ng 1 over x raised to 18, as x approaches 0 from left, the answer here is positive infinity. Bakit? Kasi this is even number. At alam nyo ba na pwede rin natin extend yung definition nito kung i-state natin na yung 1 dito could be any positive integer, and then x here is any first degree equation. Ibig sabihin, x raised to 1 lagi siya. And imbis na 0, pwedeng any value ito na magpapa-0 dun sa denominator. Ang ibig ko sabihin, kung meron tayong kinukuha na limit, let's say, ng 5 over x minus 2 cube, alam natin na magzi-0 itong denominator dito if x will eventually approach the value of 2. Now, if it's coming from right, then it's always positive infinity. So, ibig sabihin, kung meron tayong dito kinukuha ng limit ng, let's say, 7 over x minus 2 raised to 4 as x approaches 2 from right, mapapansin ninyo, positive infinity pa rin ang sagot. Kasi from right side tayo, ito ay nasa first degree equation at naka-raise sa exponent. Nasa exponential form siya. Yun ang tatandaan nyo. So, kung halimbawa meron naman tayong limit ng 5 over x minus 2 cube as x approaches 2 from the left side, then this becomes now negative. Kasi if the exponent is odd, then we have a negative infinity if the values of x are coming from the left side of A. So dito naman, limit let's say ng 5 over x minus 2 raised to 4 as x approaches 2 from the right, or left rather. This is positive infinity since this is even number. So take note shortcut lang ginagawa ko dito. So isipin nyo lang, dapat constant or positive integer constant yung numerator at dapat ito ay nasa first degree equation na naka-exponential form. So basically, pwede yung limit ng 7 over x minus 3 as x approaches 3 from right, for example. Kasi basically ito ay raised to 1. So that's an odd exponent, di ba? And since this is positive or coming from right rather, then positive infinity yan. And pero syempre, hindi naman laging ganun yung case, di ba? Kaya nga meron tayo ngayong general theorem on infinite limits that if A is any real number in this notation, you just need to get the limits of f of x and g of x. At pag ang nakuha mong value ng f of x ay c na positive, a value that is positive, and g of x approaches 0 using positive values, then the answer is positive infinity. Parang pareha silang positive, kaya positive. Dito naman, c is negative. So kung nakuha mo, in-evaluate mo yung limit na f of x, negative nakuha mo. Tapos, yung g of x mo approaches 0 through negative values, then the answer is still positive infinity. Paano natin malalaman yung g of x approaches 0 through positive values? Magsasubstitute lang tayo ng mga ilang values to tell. At ngayon naman, possible na magkaroon daw tayo ng negative infinity na sagot kapag yung c ay positive and then g of x approaches 0 through negative values. So dito naman, pwede rin naman na c is negative and then g of x approaches 0 through positive values. Nakakalito, di ba? Bibigyan naman ako ng example niyan. Pero tandaan nyo, dito kasi general na x approaches a. Pero pa pwede naman na x approaches a from left or x approaches a from right yung given. For example, we need first to determine the limit of 4 minus 3x over x minus 7 as x approaches 7 from left. So, hindi na pwede yung kanina na tinitignan lang natin kung from right or from left ito. Then, titignan natin exponent dito ng x squared or x cubed, di ba? So, iba na siya. Ngayon, para ma-solve natin yan, so, kunin muna natin yung limit ng 4 minus 3x. So, in this case, ito yung f of x natin dun sa ating theorem. At ito yung g of x. So, we need first to get the limit of f of x, which is 4 minus 3x. Diba? As x approaches 7 from left. And we need to get also the limit now, over yan, no? The limit of x minus 7 as x approaches 7 from left then. And, di ba, ang ginagawa lang naman natin dito ay sinasubstitute natin yung 7 dun sa x natin. So, we have here 4 minus 3 times 7 over here, it's 7 minus 7. Ayan. So, we have here 4 minus 21, which is negative 17. And we have here 0. Diba? So, ngayon, paano natin malalaman kung positive infinity o negative infinity ang sagot? Tignan nyo lang yung 7 dito. Ang sabi, 7 coming from left. So, ibig sabihin, mag-identify tayo ng mga values na nasa left side ng 7. Tama? Any values on the left side of 7, but it should be closer to 7. So, ang pinaka-close sa 7, probably na madaling i-compute, ay yung 6.9. And, pag in-evaluate natin yung g dito using 6.9, so this is 6.9 minus 7, the answer is negative 0.1. Well, pwede kayong mag-try ng value like 6.999 or etc. Pero mapapansin nyo dito na negative yung values. So, ibig sabihin, g of x here, o ito, g of x approaches 0 through negative values. So, therefore, ang kino-compare natin dito, negative yung sin natin. So, ito yung sin natin, negative. At ito, our g of x approaches 0 using or through positive values. Or negative values. So, parang division lang ng sign numbers. Negative divided by negative. The answer is positive, di ba? So, this is positive infinity. At kung babalikan natin yung given natin kanina, ito yung given na yon. Nakuha natin ay negative na c, and then g of x approaches 0 through negative values. Ayan. So, positive infinity ang sagot. So, ang sagot natin dito ay positive infinity. Ngayon, i-try naman natin yung limit nito. Kung mapapansin nyo, parehas lang sila, di ba? At nag-iba lang sila dito coming from left. Ito coming from right. So, makukuha din natin yung value na negative 17 over 0. Now, our only concern is x minus 7 coming from right. So, ibig sabihin, pipili ako ng value that is on the right side of 7 but is close to 7. Pwedeng 7.001 or 7.0001. Pero pwede naman na 7.1 kasi mas madaling i-minus without calculator. So, if we need to get f of 7.1, we'll have 7.1. Ay, sandali. G pala ito, di ba? Kasi g of x yung denominator natin dito. So, g of 7.1 is 7.1 minus 7. Yan, minus nyo lang. So, the answer is 0.1. So, ibig sabihin, g of x here approaches 0 through positive values kasi nag-positive ito. Tama. So, dahil magkaiba sila, this is negative c and this is coming from right, then the answer, the limit here is negative infinity. And what if I will ask you about the limit of 4 minus 3x over x minus 7 as x approaches 7 kahit hindi tinatanong? Now, mapapansin nyo na yung left hand limit natin, positive infinity, at yung right hand ay negative infinity. So, therefore, the limit of this function does not exist because these two limits, one-sided limits, are not equal. Okay, another example tayo. Dito, limit ng 2x plus 1 over x minus 3 as x approaches 3 from the right side. So, para mas mabilis tayo, substitute na natin agad yung 3 dito sa x dito. Okay? So, we have 2 times 3, 6 plus 1. The answer is 7. Over 3, substitute dito sa x dito. 3 minus 3 is 0. Ayan. So, we have a positive c here. And ngayon, tingnan natin g of x natin. Ang g of x natin ay x minus 3. And coming from right, so, ang possible na value natin from the right side is 3.1. Which is close to 3, right? So, pagka in-evaluate natin yan, we have 3.1 minus 3, the answer is 0.1. So, notice here that g of x approaches 0 through positive values. Ayan. So, dahil parehas na positive ito, at saka ito positive, then the answer here is positive infinity. Dito naman, substitute natin ulit, 7 over 0 ulit. Okay. So, pag in-investigate natin yung given, it's 3 from left side. So, pipili tayo ng values na nasa left ng 3, which is close to 3. 2.9 na lang. So, we have here 2.9 minus 3. So, the answer is negative 0.1. So, dahil positive yung c dito, and g of x approaches 0 here through negative values. Ayan, magkaiba sila, di ba? So, pag magkaiba, ang sagot, negative infinity. Now, the limit of 2x plus 1, x minus 3, as x approaches 3, does not exist. Kasi nga, hindi equal itong left hand tsaka right hand limit natin. O, di ba? Ito naman, kung titignan natin, parang napakahirap niya, di ba? Pero kung tutusin, pwede pang i-simplify yan. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, meron itong factor na x tsaka x minus 3 dito. And then this one, pwede yung i-factor as x minus 3 squared. So, makakancel yung isang x minus 3 dito. So, matitira na lang dito ay x over x minus 3 dito sa baba. Ayan. So, mas madali nang makita, di ba? So, as x approaches 3 from left, ano ang magiging sagot natin? So, kunin muna natin yung limit ng numerator. X as x approaches 3 from left. So, substitute lang natin yung 3 dito. We'll have 3. To be specific, positive 3. Then this one, need to get the limit of the denominator, which is x minus 3. In this case, approaches 3 from left. The answer is what? Magiging 0. And we need to determine if the value from the left side will give us a negative or positive value. So, kung left ang iniisip natin, piliin natin yung 2.9 na nasa left ng 3. Okay? So, 2.9 minus 3 here. Ito. So, the answer here is negative 0.1 ulit. So, it's coming from negative values. Ulitin ko, positive yung sin natin dito. And g of x here approaches 0 coming from negative values. So, the answer here is negative infinity. Kasi magkaiba sila. Yun lagi ang shortcut ko. In this example, we need to evaluate the limit of this function as x approaches 1. So, para magawa natin yun, kailangan kuhanin muna natin yung left hand tsaka right hand limit. So, the limit of 2 minus x here over x minus 1 squared as x approaches 1. From left muna tayo. Now, para mas mabilis, mag-substitute na lang tayo ng values, di ba? So, yung 1 dito, pag sinubstitute dito, 2 minus 1. So, we have 1 here on the numerator. And then here, 1 minus 1, obviously, is 0. 0 squared is 0. And now, we need to determine if the value from the left side of 1 will give us a g of x approaching 0 from right or from left. So, pili tayo. Near 1, but on the left side. So, that's 0.9. So, pag kinuha ko yung g of 0.9, remember that we have x minus 1 squared here. So, whatever the value of x is, we need to put it here correctly. So, 0.9 minus 1 at naka-squared. Yan. 0.9 minus 1 is negative 0.1. Pero pag in-square mo, nagiging positive 0.01. Diba? Ayan. So, here, c is positive and g of x approaches 0 through positive values. So, therefore, the answer here is positive infinity. How about the right-hand limit? X minus 1 squared. So, as x approaches 1 from the right side. Kung mapapansin nyo, 1 over 0, ganun din. So, mag-iisip naman ako ngayon ng value na nasa right side ng 1, near to 1. So, 1.1 na lang. At kung mapapansin nyo, pag gagayahin natin yung g of x dito, 1.1 minus 1 squared, notice that the answer is also positive 0.01. Kasi nga, may squared dito, kaya nagiging positive yung sagot dito. So, therefore, positive yung c dito, and then, here, same, g of x approaches 0 through positive values. So, therefore, the answer also here is positive infinity. Now, dahil nag-equal yung left-hand limit natin, at saka right-hand limit, parehas na positive infinity. Therefore, the limit of this is positive infinity. But what if kinukuha natin yung limit ng sum ng dalawang function? Kung nakuha mong limit ng f of x ay positive infinity at nakuha mong limit ng g of x is any constant, okay, any positive or negative, pwede, the answer is always positive infinity. Pag ang limit naman ay negative infinity at nakakuha ka ng any constant, positive or negative, pag in-add natin yon, the answer is negative infinity. Note that applicable lamang ito sa ating theorems sa limit. At syempre, pwede yan sa one-sided limits. Let's try this example. To get the limit of this as x approaches negative 5 from left, kailangan kuhanin muna natin yung limit una ng 2 over 5 plus x as x approaches negative 5 from left, plus, of course, the limit of x minus 1 over x squared as x approaches negative 5 from left. So, dito, kagaya lang ng mga first few examples natin ito, di ba? So, dito, we have a constant c, tapos ito, raised to 1 yan, kumbaga. So, add number yan, and since this is coming from left at add number yung exponent dito, then we have a negative infinity here. Dito naman, you just need to simply substitute negative 5 here for the two values of x. So, negative 5 minus 1. Ito, para dito. And then, we have negative 5 squared. So, notice that this is negative infinity. Whatever the value of this, no? The answer is negative infinity. Ang ibig ko sabihin, kung kukuhanin mo limbawa yan, makakuha ka limbawa ng negative 6 over 25 here. It doesn't matter. Basta constant ito, na hindi equal sa 0 naman, the answer is negative infinity. Diba? So, itong example na to ay yung case number 2 natin na negative infinity yung nakuha natin dito. Tapos, ito nakuha natin ay isang constant. So, the answer is negative infinity. Pero, paano naman kapag ang involved naman ay product? So, ganun din. So, kung halimbawang nakuha mong limit ng f of x ay positive infinity, tapos ang nakuha mong g of c ay, let's say, c, and take note, yung c ay any constant except for 0. Oh, so, kapag ganyan na nakuha mo, and c is greater than 0, the answer is always positive infinity. Ulitin ko. So, positive infinity para sa f of x, tapos nakuha mong g of x ay positive number, so the answer is positive infinity. But what if positive yung f of x mo, but c is less than 0, or c is negative? So, parang positive times negative, kaya negative infinity ang sagot. Okay? So, kadalasan, ito lang naman yung ginagamit madalas sa pagko-compute. But in case you will get negative infinity, it's also applicable and for all one-sided limits. Apply natin sa example na to. So, kailangan natin kunin yung limit nito and it's a product. So, therefore, kunin muna natin yung limit ng 3 over x minus 4 squared as x approaches 4 from left here. At syempre, imumultiply natin yan sa limit naman ng x squared minus 2 over 5x as x approaches 4 from left din. Ayan. Pag kinumpute natin yan, well, kagaya lang to ng previous examples natin, yung mga una kong binibigay, diba? So, constant lang naman ito. So, I just need to see the exponent. The exponent here is 2. This is coming from left. So, it doesn't matter kasi if this is even number, coming from right or left, positive infinity lagi ang sagot dito. Now, how about the answer here? So, pag sinubstitute ko yung 4 dito, so ito, multiply ko sa sagot dito, diba? So, pag nilagay ko yung 4 dyan, this is 4 squared minus 2, then we have 5 times 4. So, pag sinimplify natin to, it will become 4 squared, 16 minus 2, that is 14. 5 times 4 is 20. Diba? Okay. So, ang sagot natin ay positive 14 over 20. Ngayon, according dun sa theorem natin kanina, kapag ang nakuha mong value ay positive infinity, at yung nakuha mo ay positive na c, or c is greater than 0, then the answer is positive infinity. So, the final answer here is positive infinity. Additional info naman tayo. Alam nyo ba na pwede nating ma-compare yung vertical asymptotes natin at saka infinite limits? Ang ibig sabihin, kung sakaling may nakuha kayong limit as na positive or negative infinity as x approaches a, or pwede ring one-sided limits, ang nagiging asymptote ng function na yon ay yung x over a. So, ilagay mo lang yung a dito sa x over a dito, and you have now the equation of the vertical asymptote. Dun sa previous example natin, na compute natin yung limit ng 4 minus 3x over x minus 7 as x approaches 7 from left as positive infinity. So, pasok ito dun sa criteria. So, ibig sabihin, pag rinaf natin yan, makakita tayo ng vertical asymptote na x equals a. And here, a is 7. So, the equation of the vertical asymptote is x equals 7. Pag ipapakita natin yung graph, ito yung possible na graph at ito yung 7. So, mapapansin nyo kung ito yung 7 natin, itong imaginary na vertical line yan is the asymptote. And that is x equals 7. Equation nito ay x equals 7. So, ganun lang. And that's all for this video. Kung gusto nyo pa ng ibang video sa integral at differential calculus, you can click like, share, and subscribe para sa inyong mga updates. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig and see you on the next video!